Ooh, hello, my friends. It's me, KP. I'm here in my studio, the Moon and the Maker, home of Art Foamies, and I'm here for ArtFoamies Fun Friday. It is August 9th, and I can't believe it's Friday again already. I know I say it every time, but every time it's true. Let me say hello to my friends. Roberta, you get the gold star tonight. Linda is here. Patty, Ron, also known as Patty, Mary Lynn, Catherine, Krabby Abby. Amy is here. Oh my goodness. Christina, Sharon, Susan, Pam, Brianna, Cecilia, Terry, Ginger, Karen, Renee, Zandra, Linda, Ann, and Heather. How did I do? Oh my goodness. Welcome. All right. So I hope you have all had a great week. I am excited to be here because I have something in my hands. Woohoo! Maxie Moon is here. Hi, honey. Thanks for coming. I'm going to turn this camera around and we're going to talk about collage soup and art foamies. Yay, it's in the house. And I hope it's in your hands. I want to thank you so much for your support. We've had lots of orders, and I know a lot of you also got your copy off Amazon. I hope that you all are familiar with the Collage Soup books. I have to be honest, I only started hearing and seeing hearing about Collage Soup and seeing their books. Oh gosh, not even that long ago, maybe just a couple months ago. I believe Megan Quinlan um, did The Bird Nerd with Emily. Okay, so how this works is Collage Soup is run by Emily Stone, and she is the creator of Collage Soup, and she loves, like we do, to collaborate with other artists to get their ideas and their input on collage books. So I hope that you all have seen Collage Soup. Go to collagesoup.com. I think I've talked about them a couple times. I've shared them. We even did a giveaway once. So I do have a few of their books, and I really enjoy them. Okay, they are really great. To have so much imagery at your fingertips that you can cut and layer and paint over and just use in your work without having to worry about copyrights. Okay. So anyway, the house that Kay built is my collaboration with Emily, and it was really fun to work with her. She is awesome. How this works, I will tell you, okay, is that it is artificial intelligence. It is AI generated, okay? But I know a lot of people have reservations and thoughts about using AI. However, when I think about using it in this way in my art, I really like it because a couple things. I don't have to worry anything about copyrights. I don't have to worry that it's going to be like recognizable imagery of somebody else's. And I also love the fact that I can make copies directly from the book. So I can make color copies, which I'm going to share with you, and then use them again and again. Okay, and also I like to use it for reference. You can use these just to kind of generate ideas. You can use it for color patterns, and it's just really great because I don't have to worry that it's somebody else's actual artwork, right? So the other thing, of course, that I love to do is to use it with my art foamies. Okay, first and foremost. So I'm going to share. Let's do a quick little. Thank you so much, Amy. It was really a fun collaboration. Emily is great to work with. I will kind of tell you how it works. Okay, so what she does is she asks you if you'd like to collaborate with her, and if you agree, then what she does is ask you for your ideas. So, and then hopefully it won't overlap, with other concepts that she already has. So my idea was windows and doors and the elements. I mean, earth, wind, fire, earth, wind, fire, water, and again, doors and windows. So she put imagery together. She finds it through AI, and she generates it. and then she'll send a copy of the book, and then you can say like, no, I don't like those pages, I don't like those colors, I would like to see more of this style, you know, I'd like to see more doors, or I'd like to see more you know, trees. I think I did tell her, and this is kind of funny because this really does correlate with some imagery that I've been doing. I really lately have been into blueprints. Okay, so I said maybe something with like a blueprint look. And so she put some of this imagery in there, and then colors, and then certain things I said, like at the end, she had put some, you know, some more darker imagery. And I said, you know, let's brighten it up. Let's do some real bright pages at the end so that you get like a wow factor. And look, this is one of my very, very favorite pages. So if you love one of the pages, make sure that you make some color copies, because again, you can use it again and again without just tearing it out and cutting it. The other thing that I really wanted to do in this book was to have some blank or some more light, less saturated pages, so that we could do some templates. And so when you do get your hands on this book, you'll go through and you will see that we did leave some very light, less opaque pages, and also some pages, if I can find them, with some different little templates or some blank spots on them. Okay, super fun. All right, so what I did, I went ahead, and here's a couple other titles from Collage Soup. You can see they also have them in a smaller square format. So head on over later when we're done and check out Collage Soup. Okay, so I will tell you what I have done. I've gone through and I have made some color copy pages of some of my favorites. Okay, now this was from the Hey Diddle Diddle book, and then all of these here are from the house that Kay built. Okay, so all of these here are torn right out of my book, or some of them I do have some copies as well. Okay, some of them have been stamped on, and I'm going to show you that also. Okay, so and then I also want to mention while I'm doing this, okay, that I also took some of my own artwork. Okay, this is one of my calendar girls that I have done up when I was in a session with Megan, and I went ahead and made a color copy. Okay, so you can take some of your other art and make some copies so that you can incorporate it. Okay, so we have some original art, and we're going to mix it with some of the Collage Soup art, okay, or the Collage Soup pages. So again, this is from my own artwork that I made using ArtFoamies. So I have a bunch of stuff here at the ready because I already sort of had an idea about what I wanted to share and demo to you. Okay, so I am going to also share a few pieces of art that I've created using the pages directly from the books. Okay, so let's just put this here for now. And I want to share with you, I did a couple, many of you follow along. I work with Megan once a month to do calendar girl content, okay, stuff with our calendar girls, and I know many of you have joined in for so many of the different, sorry, getting butterfingers over here, for so many of the different calendar girl sessions. Okay, these are just a couple, and again, here's one of my girls. So I love making the houses. Okay, these are made using Megan Quinlan's stencil. Okay, so all I did was hold it over a piece of chipboard. I traced it and I cut it out, and then I went ahead and I took my Collage Soup pages directly out of the book, okay, and just collaged them on there. So now I have some really great house pages ready, you know, to start adding maybe some of my calendar girls or whatever other collages that I may want to work on, right? But again, these are sort of like base layers, and those Collage Soup pages just make it so fast and easy. Okay, so here again, two from the template right out of the book. I went ahead and I made myself some copies. Okay, remember this is in this book. Okay, so just make a copy, and then you have, and I actually made a few copies so that I can just hold them or trace them right over one of the pages. Okay, so here's some cutout pages. I can just hold this right over, cut it out, and I'll have an envelope. Okay, so again, another really great thing you can do with the pages directly out of the book or with your color copies. Okay, and then here I have one, and I went ahead and I cut out my window. You can see, and I did a little clear piece of Duralar, okay, so that I can use it as an envelope, or I can use it as a little pocket where I can keep some other collage bits or other, you know, little pieces of artwork, right? So don't forget that those come in really, really handy, okay? And of course, all of the pages are going to make such nice, beautiful, colorful, fun envelopes. Okay, also there's some tags in there, so you know, tags will be super quick and fun and easy. Again, here I did cut a couple chipboard houses, you can see, and then just a snap to cut out whatever pages that I want and just glue them right on top. Then you can also then just make a color copy of that if you want to cut that out and just pop it right on the back, or maybe I want to cut out one of my houses and paint it a different color and mount it right on there. So again, just make sure that you're sort of following up behind yourself and making copies so that you have plenty of, you know, of stuff at the ready. Okay, ephemera. You have lots of extra ephemera at your fingertips to, you know, create with. Plus, then you're not losing your pages. Okay, so what I did was I also went through and I pulled out some of my favorite pages that I thought would work nicely with some of the stamps that I wanted to share with you tonight. Okay, we do have a couple new stamps that are in the shop. Excuse me. Just sort of for fun. I will tell you, there are a couple stamps that I've designed a while ago that I've been wanting to bring to, you know, fruition, and then they just went so well with the new book. And then also, I don't know how many of you know this, but in my Patreon group, we started a new sort of fun thing where each month we're going to just ask for, we have a suggestion box, okay? And we're going to open up the suggestion box one time a month, and you can make a suggestion for what art foamy or what type of art foamy that you'd like to see. And if it gets chosen, then I will design an art foamy, and the person that made the suggestion will get a free one, okay? So this time, Char Daroon said she would love to see a portal stamp. Okay, and so I designed sort of a fun imprint pad, if you will, sort of an imprint pad. It's the same size, 6 by 8, but it is in 2 pieces, okay? So here you can see that I stamped my outer piece on this piece of collage soup paper, okay? I found a beautiful imagery that I thought would look really nice with the portal, okay? And so I went ahead and I just inked up, or when I say ink, I'm using air quotes, I used some white gesso, okay? And this is similar. It's not exactly the same, but it's a similar one. And of course, again, I could have made color copies, but I don't know if I actually made a copy of this page or not. let's just go ahead and stamp it so that you can see what I did here. Okay, so I have my portal stamp, and I took out the center. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and take a scrap buddy and some white gesso. And you can use whatever color. Like if you think a darker color would be better, go ahead and use your black or Payne's gray. But I actually want to use the white because it'll catch other colors. All right, so I'm going to load this up. Actually, I have a new one here. No, never mind. This has some color on it. I'm gonna just go ahead and go with it. It might print some of that color, but I'm okay. All right, I'm not going to go all the way to the edge. All right, I'm just going to give it sort of a soft, what's the word? Transition. I'm not going to give it a hard edge. Okay. So again, using my gesso because it's nice and opaque, and will also cover, and I'm not going to include the moon on this one. Later, if I want to add it in, I can, but I just want to Jack. Is it Jack and Dana? Jack and Dana are in the house. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Patty, welcome. Did I already say hi to Patty? I can't remember now. All right. Now that did actually print a little bit of the color. I don't know if you can see that or not. But I love the way that it sort of leaves that top open. Okay, and I can now, of course, let me blow dry it just for a quick second to make sure I can handle it and touch it. I just have to mention, this is Jack and Dana gifted me this blow dryer, and I get so many compliments on it. I've never seen another one like it, and every time I use it, I think of you guys. So even though you haven't been here in a little while, you're always with me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. Now, on this one, I want you to notice that I did not cut right to this arch. If I want to extend it and make it longer, I definitely could do that, okay? Because maybe, let me grab something really quick. Maybe I want to make an actual piece of artwork, okay? So I have this 6x12 canvas panel, and you know, lots of times I like to put this stuff in my journal or make an actual piece of hangable art, okay? So let's take this canvas panel, and I have a couple options now. I can put that on there. Obviously, if I do that, I'm going to have to find something else to, you know, to fill that in. I'm not sure. Or go with a 6x8 might be nice, actually. And then I would go ahead and cut to here. Okay, if I had a 6x8 panel, that would fit on a 6x8. I don't know if I do have one. Same over here, you know, I think both of these are not going to be long enough, right? So yeah, these pages are only 8.5 by 11. So anyway, all right, you can see the stamp of the portal on there, and I'm going to trim this to the edge. It's up to you if you're going to leave it longer. I'm going to go ahead and cut it to the size again. And then I'm going to leave this because I don't know what I may end up wanting to do with this. I might, you know, want that paper. I don't know. Just set that aside. And then just show you how I can, you know, add color. I can paint in some of these areas, especially if I want to use some acrylic paint. Okay, so also, if you have something that is sort of transparent, like, let's use a little of our quinacridone nickel azo gold, okay, because it is a transparent color. So I just want to take a little bit. Oh, let's get a bit bigger of a brush here. And just a little of that on my brush, okay, and sort of a dry brush. I don't have a lot of paint on there. Just enough to transfer a little of that color. You could also use pan pastels. That would be really nice. That would catch on that white. You know, watercolor, not so much, just because of the type of paper, but also that gesso is not going to really catch it. Now, if I had stamped in watercolor grounds, okay, do you all remember when we used the watercolor grounds? So that would be something that you could definitely do. All right, I'm also going to pull in a little bit, I think I want a little bit of quinacridone magenta. Question, are they laser or inkjet copies? Oh my gosh, that is a great question. I have what's that called? I have a tank printer. So I'm not sure if that is, I think that is inkjet. But I have to be honest, I'm not 100% sure. So as you can see, I took a little of my quinacridone magenta and I'm just sort of filling in some of the areas that I guess I kind of consider flowers, right? And keeping in mind that, of course, a little collage over the top, I wouldn't argue with that either. I think I'm going to pull in a little bit of green gold. Also, layer cakes, I do want to mention Jane Davenport's layer cakes would also be really nice. It would catch on the gesso. This is a little green gold, so I'm just going to pull in some greens. I might go back in with a little darker green too. I don't know. Just bumping that up just a little. It's also giving a really nice texture. Yeah, Sherry, thank you. Sherry says, pretty sure it would be inkjet. And me too, because it's big tanks of ink. And I may too want to go in, oh gosh, let's take a little, just a little bit brighter of a blue. Okay, a little of this manganese blue. Again, all these colors are transparent. Or at least slightly transparent, okay? Again, sort of with a dry brush. And I'm just going to hit a little bit of the inside of that arch, okay? And that's going to sort of give me a little more value. Hopefully make it kind of pop a little bit. All right, so kind of fun there. A way to just embellish. I do love stamping right over the collage suit pages, okay? And then here, I just want you to notice, now this is a whole page right out of the book. You know, and I wish I had another copy of my book here so I could show you. It was just exactly like this. The only thing I did was I took this little arch stamp, put a little bit of white right around there, a little bit of white gesso. Okay, and I'll even show you kind of how I loaded it up. Just a little bit going around the edge like so, okay? A little bit deeper. You do want, you know, you want coverage on there. All right, so like that, kind of going around. Again, leaving that center open. Now I could put dark paint in there and that would deepen all that. So you know what, I might do that. Let's go ahead, let me try a little of the manganese blue in the center. And when I talked about pan pastels, the reason why I mentioned that is because pan pastels, if I went right over this, it would catch on that white gesso, as long as your gesso is dry. You know, I'm going to just squeeze a little paint right onto here. Could also use my brush to, I want to kind of load this up a little bit more. All right, and let me go back around with my white again, just a little bit. All right, again, trying to smooth that out just a little. All right, I'll stamp it right. Debbie, welcome. Ta-da. So that did cover just a little bit, but I do like, and I got a little bit of a striation there that I don't love. Let's see if I can smush it out a bit. I don't know if I can. Maybe a dry brush. Not sure. Something to. I didn't want to cover that moon as much as I just did, but that's okay. Let's see if we can smush it at all. Anyway, I still love the texture behind it. And as you can see, I'll cut this out. Just gives you a nice little archway that you can then utilize. Oh, I don't know where I'd want to put this. Let's see. I do have the whole thing stamped out here somewhere. Hold on. I have such a mess going on. I have so many things I wanted to show you tonight. But I do have a stack here that is a little unwieldy. See if oh yes, here it is, kind of stamped out in its entirety. This is actually the whole piece, okay, stamped as one. And then you can see kind of why that would be useful, okay, especially if you have like calendar girls or anything like even her, okay. That's why I went ahead and made a color copy of her. I thought she would be kind of nice. And you know, this is I think this stamp is, oh gosh, what is she called? I can't remember the name of this right now, but it is one of my silhouette stamps, okay. And so it fits, any of those figures fit really nicely. I think one is called Serenity, and oh, I can't think of the other one. But you can see how nicely she fits in there. Or in here, right? Or right on here. Maybe that would look better in there. So don't, you know, forget that you can just keep layering all these pieces, right? One of the things that I love about, you know, having all this stuff at my fingertips, right? So anyway, yeah, here again, I love this colorful sheet. I did take my blueprint stamp, and I think I shared that with you guys a week or two ago. And it is listed now. The arch and the blueprint are now in the shop, and that's what that looks like. So if you have a nice bright or something, you know, that really stands out, let's try this one. Okay, so just again a little bit of, well, here you can see I tried it with the black gesso. I actually like it with the white because I love the way those bright colors pop out, but I do feel like this would be also really cool. I like seeing some of those textures poke through. I also know that if I had done it just a little bit darker, a lot of that would show through just a little bit more, but it's okay either way, right? They're all going to end up still being useful. And I will also show you how you can sort of bring these around to actually make framed art. Okay, so I'm going to do my white gesso again one more time. Again, the white gesso, just because it is nice and opaque. I like the texture that it gives. Again, you can go all the way to your edge if you want to, but a lot of times I like to leave those edges sort of soft. Once again, when you are smushing your paint or your gesso with your scrap buddy, you want to try to not mash it down in the lines too much. Okay, I did get a little bit down in there, but generally you're trying to keep it up on the raised surface only. Okay, and then you can kind of see where, you know, where would be a good spot to stamp this. Let's try it right. Amy, thank you so much. Julie, thank you. Wendy is in the house. Derby and Derby, everybody who, oh, so your book did go out. Hopefully you will have it in your hands very soon. And anybody who ordered a book from us, it has shipped, okay? Ooh, look at that. That is so nice. So nice and bright white. So I can, once that dries, remember it will catch color really, really nicely. I'm gonna go ahead, I don't have any water in my studio right now, so I'm gonna just baby wipe and maybe spritz with a little rubbing alcohol. Okay, get all that off my art foamy. Same with these. I was bad and I just left them, so I don't want to do that. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this or not. I would think I was thinking it in my head, but I didn't say it out loud. On this stamp, I did have some color left over. You can see it on my fingers. It was from watercolor sticks and Derwent sticks. When I put the gesso over it, it did transfer some of that color. So that actually is kind of a cool technique. Sometimes it's just a happy accident, but you can actually do that on purpose, right? Put a little bit of watercolor stick down, color up your art foamy, and then go over it with gesso, and it will sort of pull the color. Yes, Terry, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you, Derby. Okay, so let's set these aside. I do have one other thing I would love to show you. Well, you know what? Actually, while that's drying, let that dry. I do want to share with you a few pieces made with collage soup pages, okay? So here I do have a couple Calendar Girl houses. Both of the backgrounds are done with the Botanical Collage Soup book, okay? Super straightforward. Just find pages that you like and plop them on a house, and then you have great little backdrops. And of course, these are not finished. They're still works in progress, but I really like them, okay? Here I have done a little piece of art. This would be something you could frame, and it is with the matching mat board, or not matching, but coordinating. And again, all done with the Collage Soup books, okay, and ArtFoamies. And then here is a frame piece that I used, Collage Soup books and my own artwork. This is my own collage. I have a lot of collage pages, okay, and printables on my Patreon page and on the Moon and the Maker that are all little snippets and pieces of my own original art. Okay, they're not AI. They're all, but I love the mixture. And then this backdrop is my own watercolor. So the house is one that I made, the same as the ones that I shared with you earlier, and then I just collaged it and built this all around it and then put it in this frame. So I love this. Super fun to make. And I'm having an art show next July, so I'm already trying to get some pieces together. And then this is one that we did together in my Patreon, and I actually think that all of you saw it. Remember last week, we're not very far from the Fodder School Yetunde launch. And so these back stamps are all done using the Yetunde collection, okay? So what I did was I just used that background, and then here, if you can see, is some Collage Soup elements right out of the house that Kay built. And then this is a big art foamy, a happy art foamy. And it is on a cradle board. I just painted the sides to coordinate, and I love it. I'm going to actually hang this in my own home as a reminder to be happy. Not that I need reminding, but, just it's a happy piece. What can I say? So lots of fun ways to use your collage, pages in your art, in your journals, as backdrops. I love the way this looks already, and so little effort, right? I think she will look beautiful in there. I hope that you all will join me and Megan Quinlan on the 25th of this month for our August Calendar Girl Makey. We will be showcasing our newest collection that has not yet been released. And then also we have a surprise for you. If you're into the Calendar Girl stuff at all, you're gonna love it. So I hope you'll come and see what we have for you all. So anyway, I think she looks kind of cool in there. Maybe I could change up the colors a little bit, and I could also make her just a little bit smaller, keeping in mind that I could trim this down, make it a little bit smaller or even shorter. If it's a little too tall, you can trim it. And then just kind of in order, remember I took just sort of a flat sort of washi brush and a little bit of the quinacridone gold. And that could just sort of give a little unity. So yeah, and then I could, again, this would take a 6x8, so mounting this up and then continuing to, you know, stamp or stencil or maybe push out some of the colors so it's not quite so busy. But I do really love it. And you can see how easy it was to, you know, bring that to the forefront. I do want to also share this with you because I have another really fun piece, and I actually pulled out a couple special pages to share with you. So let me find it again. Here, this one. Oh gosh, I just love this. I wanted to show you another one of the houses that I did. Where did I put it? Shoot. I have too much of a mess. Here. No. You know what? I just have way too much stuff. Hold on. Fine. Is it? No, it's not that. Sorry. Give me a second. Let me move all this stuff out of the way. I'm looking for another one of my houses here. Where did I stick it? I pulled it out just to show you, and now I can't find it. So I'm sorry about that. Aha. Is this it? Yay, I found it. Okay, this one. I've had actually people ask me about this, and so I said, you know, this page would be super fun to kind of show you how I did this, okay? So I started actually with a piece of my own watercolor background, okay? So this in the background is all my own watercolor. But here I have this collage paper out of my collage soup book. And then I don't know how many of you are familiar with this stamp. This is called 7 Spots, and I really did it and created it as sort of a journal page, okay? But so that you could use it for different days of the week, okay? That's why it has 7 spots, all right? I also want to now that I moved everything, I still want to find one of those houses that I cut out. So now I'm just going to take the back of this one. All right, we're going to glue this right onto here. And of course, use whatever glue. You can use your soft gel medium. You can use your glue stick. I like to use my PVA because I want it to stay. All right, so just use your favorite glue or adhesive, whatever. Now, I already did this on the back, but I don't care. Just want to. We'll cut it out. Again, the shape is the original shape from Megan Quinlan's house stencil. So there is my piece. And I like to have something that's kind of colorful and has a lot of different, you know, different sections or pieces, okay? Now I'm going to take my 7 spots and I am going to take a dark color. I think I'm going to go ahead and use black, although I don't know, Payne's Gray would be nice too. Let me go ahead and use Payne's Gray. Now, you know what? I am gonna use my black gesso just because it is a little bit more matte and it will be really dark. Scrap buddy again. Now, also, I will mention that if I wanted this to be a little bit more muted, you could sort of just put some, you know, white gesso, like make it a little bit more milky or just a little bit more muted if you wanted to make it a little softer in the background. But I'm not too worried about that. The other thing that you can do, which I'll show you, is you can take your little spots and you can overstamp. So I'm just going to do this, line this right up. Oh, what an Tammy Ward, welcome, Linda. Nice to see you. And I'm missing all the fun. I have to keep looking down. Ta-da! So it gives you like little windows. And then what I did, if you want to, you can always make another line at the top, which is what I did on the sample. I just took and stamped it one more time and made a little line like it was the roof of the house. Here you can see it was a little bit faded. So if I want to make that line darken just a little bit, I can just go in there with my gesso. Fill that in a little bit. And now you have these great little sort of windows that you can, you know, add things to. So of course here, let's see what I got. In my girls, you can something like that. All right, and start filling in. Where did I put that sample again? I just added, now it's gone again. Oh well. Anyway, hopefully that gives you the idea. Like I said, I had a lot of people ask me how I created that, and so it was been something I wanted to share with all of you. But I don't know what I just did with the sample, so oh, there it is. So of course, you know, maybe you want to stamp or do some words inside. You also, remember when I said you can take your other little, your inserts, okay, and you can match them up if you wanted to make it just a little bit more muted. All right, so maybe I do take a little bit of my white gesso. And you know, I did the whole thing. Maybe I just want to do around the edges. Do you see what I mean? That can just give it a little bit of cover where you could then stamp or stencil or do something else right over the top. Let's take my little bird here. Oh, we'll do black gesso again on the bird. Just so you can get an idea. See, I think it needs to be muted out a little bit more at the top if I wanted to stamp this bird there. And you can see this actually, so this is the same girl. I just cut off her, I did a different top and I cut off her little buns. And ta-da, you get the idea. So there you have it, my friends. So many ways to use your art foamies with your collage books. You know, the layering, the fodder, the ephemera, it just goes on for days. So much fun. And that is also why I do love, you know this, I've been sharing this to make myself these big pockets, okay? And I can start putting some of the pieces that I did or, you know, saved, again, from August so that I kind of can keep track, keep a record of what I've been making, and, you know, what I've been sharing. Again, don't know. Oh, I forgot to mention that this is the August freebie with purchase. So if you order in the month of August, that's the freebie that you'll be getting. Again, here's the portal. And also I can keep all this stuff together. Ooh, and look how that turned out on the back. So if you don't like something that you stamped, you just turn it over. You can figure out a way to use that. Anyway, I can now keep all this stuff in my pocket so that I can, you know, put more things together and have more August makeys. Too, it's really nice and handy if you have some kind of you know, folder or binder to keep your copies in. All right. And again, you can also, I want to mention that you can also make copies and enlarge them or make them smaller. So don't forget that that is another useful, you know, way to use and utilize your collage books. Whoops. Yeah, my papers are just going everywhere now. All right, so shall we have a numbers game? Thank you, Sherry, so much. Yes, it's a fun one. I do like it too. And it's very handy because of having the two pieces. I think I am going to go ahead and just cut this out. She looks kind of good in there too, but it would, I don't know, a lot of painting. I would love to see some of these, you know, mounted onto a substrate, and then I could even get more textural, you know, more stamping, more stenciling, all that kind of good stuff. Does anybody have any thoughts or questions? Let me know. And I will be, let's see, what should we do for numbers game tonight? Let's do, well, you know what? I think we're just going to do it for a $20 gift card, okay? Because that way you can get one of the new stamps if you want to. You could get the 7-spot stamp. You could get the portal stamp, and probably something else. I don't, you know, they're, or you can get the book. All right. So let's go ahead. Right now it is 4:56. I will give you until 4:58 to guess a number between 1 and 100. You only get one guess. The person that is closest to my number will win the $20 gift card. We can have two winners. The person closest without going over will be the winner. If there's more than two, it's the first two. I think you all know the rules, okay? So ready, set, go. Terry Moore, 53. Tammy Ward, 25. Oh my goodness, that was so fast. Huh. Sharon Everlyn, 18. Orange Spiral, 77. Jack, 12. AG, 14. Ron, 58. Zandra, 17. Susan, 37. Phyllis, 27. Krabby Abby, 64. Dareby, 66. Linda, 20. Linda Finney, 41, Ginger 2, Sherry 29, Cecilia 4, Patty 10, Renee 33, Nancy 33, Susan Horn 23, Debbie Armstrong 67, Kathy Bernard 7, Marika 1, Wendy 57, Catherine 44, Heather Bailey 7, Mary Lynn 77, Debbie Martin 16, Sherry, oh, let's see. Sherry 29, sorry about that. Roberta 29, Ann 78, Pam Shales 52, Acubanita 47, Shiny Things 12, Christina 32, Acme Post 43, Lois 67, Janice 26, Jamie 57, Puffer 17, Arohanio, I don't know if I'm saying your Arohanio, I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but I'm so sorry if I'm not, but 27, Gail 85. All right, we're going to stop numbers now, okay? Last one was Gail at 85. We do have a winner, winner, chicken dinner. 1 second, let me go back through the numbers just to make sure. Yes, we have a winner, an on the nose winner, and that person is Debbie Martin. Debbie Martin at number 16 is the winner of a $20 gift card. Please message me your email so I can send that to you. Debbie, congratulations. Thank you for playing along and for being here for ArtFoamies Fun. And now you will be able to get whatever you want with your 20 bucks. All right. So I want to say I love you all to the moon and back for coming here and hanging out with me and having a little bit of ArtFoamies fun. I hope you learned a thing or two, and I hope you had some fun. I hope to see you next week. And if you are my patron, come on over for the after party and we'll finish a project. All right. Again, thanks so much. I'm going to turn this camera around so I can say goodbye and have a great weekend. Thank you again. I love you to the moon and back. I already said that, but I'm saying it to your face. And so I'll see you next week. See you later. Bye, everyone.